Good afternoon. This is on today is the second day of March 2022, and I can still see that the world leaders, especially in Ukraine and around the world, are not taking anything serious. News, or international news, are not really putting a face of their kind on the story. They're putting faces, an original face, to tell the story, and he's not really getting um, the desired reactions, because when you presenting the news of this magnitude, although we all sympathize with what is happening in Ukraine, but when you present this news, you have to put a face similar to that of the Ukrainian behind the news. But if you put a face of one of the people one of the kind of those who are oppressed, which are the Aboriginal people and the different people, which are students and workers in Ukraine, semblance of that face behind the news, then it looks as if you are sidelining um, the issue to be of a kind of people. It's like saying that this is not our problem, this is their problem, because but although that the news may be owned by international bodies, but when you open the news and you see this face, so I think the subtitle things like this, it shows it's a kind of a psychological way, on a supply way, um, to say that you don't really matter. But if you're not wise enough and not clever enough, you know, understand why it's done that way. So I'm saying right now that they have to be a press conference. The president of Ukraine must have a press conference to address these issues. I am saying that they should stop the harassment of original people, which was I'm using the term of origins because I think because I'm from Africa too myself, and I believe that this is a true definition of our people. So I'm saying that that the leaders should come together. I think that the media should come into the discussions, and I think from a human security standpoint, uh, even there's a claim that Russians are have invaded Ukrainian space and invaded their peace, but also within the Ukrainian confines perimeters, the Africans who are also subjected to violence and or yeah from a human security standpoint, and which is bad also. So it's like more of like a crisis in a crisis. And around the world, all I hear is that some people from the hip hop stars are saying that they want to find a way to bring out Africans away from Africa, but you don't hear people, the world leaders in the Western nations talking about this issue. It's like it's something that's happening. Although you can put in one hand that it's about protectionism, yeah, like self-preservation, against, so trying to protect the self. You can use it as an excuse, but UN, the United Nations, and the civil rights, about legal civil rights and the rest of them, is totally against this kind of thing. So you cannot vis-a-vis on one hand seek for clemency, seek for sympathy, international sympathy, and on the other hand be doing the things in the lighter sense. You're doing the same thing in the human, based on human security level, not using violent security, because a different kind of violence that we have in this world. We have military violence, and we have human security violence. So violence, but violence is the same violence. So you cannot you cannot be agitating against the violence against your nation and still committing violence against people within your nation. It has to stop. Our fellow journalists have suffered enough. This nonsense have to stop.